It's the apocalypse, I roll up in your town like a horseman. Got my hoes, why you gon' need reinforcement? Dormant, cool for right now, but don't force me. One shot, have you acting like with Dory? Two shot, you ain't even lit to tell the story. Man, y'all niggas corny, still selling Nick bags, still sipping 40s, still popping gift tags, lying to your shorty. You ain't even really at the top, you just a pansy, still getting bread, sitting fancy. Got a couple runners on the come up and they grinding to the sun up what you done now. And you can put respect up on my name, ain't talking thunder. Apocalypse, I'm all up in your town like a horseman. Got my hoes, why you gon' need reinforcement? Dormant, cool for right now, but don't force me. One shot, have you acting like with Dory? Apocalypse, I roll up in your town like a horseman. Got my hoes, why you gon' need reinforcement? Dormant, cool for right now, but don't force me. One shot, have you acting like with Dory?
Yeah. For the C-notes, we right outside your peephole. Yeah. Black man with a gun, we all know how that story goes. The bullshit for the birds, so we strapped with desert eagles. And the way it's looking, you ain't gon' live to see the sequel. Now it's one or two ways that we gon' make this happen. Either you gon' give it up or you gon' end up in the trunk. Or the bullet to your temple, no, that's not something you want. Slug enter through your back and push your stomach out the front. That's what I call a hard pill to swallow. Started with a halo, ended up with hollows. Light a blunt and say a prayer for my enemies, cause I don't think they gon' make it to tomorrow.
It's the apocalypse, I roll up in your town like a horseman. Got my hoes, why you gon' need reinforcement? Dormant, cool for right now, but don't force me. One shot, have you acting like Wiz Dory? It's the apocalypse, I roll up in your town like a horseman. Got my hoes, why you gon' need reinforcement? Dormant, cool for right now, but don't force me. One shot, have you acting like Wiz Dory? I'm a 5'3" gunner, let it bang with precision. Catching by surprise, cause it seems insufficient. Lil OC, but you know I keep a head up. Got a lot of heart in the itchy trigger finger. Yeah, I call him Mad Max, Loki, he the shot. Came in from Jamaica, fucking with a Rasta. Blowing up the ganja, brighten la mañana. Sipping up Rihanna, la Colombiana. Real shit from a real chick from the brick. A clip in the whip case a bitch try to trip. Get them shocked like surprise, see the fit in their eyes. Every time I arrive, wanted dead or alive. The apocalypse, I hold up in your town like a horseman. Got my hoes, why you gon' need reinforcement? Dormant, cool for right now, but don't force me. One shot, have you acting like Wiz Dory? Apocalypse, I roll up in your town like a horseman. Got my hoes, why you gon' need reinforcement? Dormant, cool for right now, but don't force me. One shot, have you acting like Wiz Dory?
I'll be that bitch. And we are back at Off the Cuff Radio, man. That's my homegirl Chyna Vonne right there. We are here at the second hour. I'm doing this solo for Dolo. I'm on my AJ Styles tip, the hardest working man in the radio business, doing the solo thing. Got to send a shout out to my co-hosts who normally would be here, Illa the Sandman, Miss Chinchilla, T-Max. They all there with me in spirit. But nevertheless, I'm here right here. And right now, my second guest of the night, one of the deadliest femcees out there, representing Fayetteville, North Carolina. Beautiful but deadly. And you niggas better not try to shoot your shot, but damn it, I'm swiping all of them. This is Chyna Vonne, y'all.
What's good? What's good?
What's good? It's been, 3 years in the making. We finally made it happen.
Something like that, yeah.
We had after all the delays, after all of the busy schedules, we finally made this historic moment happen. What's been good with you?
A little bit of everything. I just been working, man. Like for the past 2 years, really, I've just been putting in a lot of work. I got a lot of new songs. I've been doing shows. I've been traveling. I just been branding and getting Chyna Vonne out there on the road. That's pretty much all I've been up to.
And I could tell that you've really been taking the branding aspect seriously. Like I see you focus on merchandise. You're really taking the merchandising aspect to another level. Like, where can people get your stuff from?
Absolutely. I feel like branding and really putting your stamp on stuff is really how to keep yourself relevant. Because at the end of the day, somebody might see you at a show or something like that. They might remember your name. They might remember your performance. But if you give them something to take with them, they won't forget you. But usually I take all my stuff with me to shows and events. People get them directly from me. There's also a way to order T-shirts and things of that nature on my website, which is ChynaVonneMusic.com.
Yes, indeed. Oh, I got to put the music on right here because, I'm in a laid-back type of vibe right now.
Got you.
That's right. And before we go on, I want to let everybody know the call-in number is 1-619-924-0703. You got your opportunity to buy anything from Chyna. You got your opportunity to donate. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $5. It don't matter. We taking all bread. So we got these bills to pay. But nevertheless, to tell us about the Carolina Music Awards and what you're nominated for.
Right now it's actually nominations running, so I won't know if I'm nominated yet. I think until next month. But for the past 2 years, I've been nominated for Best Female Hip Hop.
And how's been the Carolina Awards experience been like for you?
It's been fun. I've met a lot of people just being nominated and being there. I got to perform last year, which was super dope. But the overall experience is fun. It's dope. It gives us local indie artists something to look forward to, whether you win or not. It gives just another platform and another opportunity. And at the end of the day, those people that do walk home with the prize, they ultimately have, a feeling of success or some type of gratification within themselves for that. So I think it's something dope that they've put together.
And usually we'll put the plug behind you, in terms of you getting out there and winning. But it also puts me in a complicated spot because damn near half of Raleigh has been on my show. So it's going to really create like a competitive atmosphere.
Right.
So that y'all ladies here, y'all put me in the middle of all that. I'm like, okay, y'all might just have to go and share the trophy.
There's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of dope artists out there. There's a lot that I've worked with personally, so I understand the dilemma. But at the end of the day, Chyna Vonne gonna start taking all of this shit home on some real shit. So
there you go.
I mean, just
straight
to
like
put that out there.
Yeah, And here's the thing, I was going to say this. Y'all can go ahead and just rotate the trophy week for week since y'all cool with me overall. Like, I'm the plug. But nevertheless, though, we wish you the best on that one. Now, where can people go and vote for you?
Right now, if you go on my Instagram, it's literally a link in my bio, and it'll take you right to the voting page, to nominate. And whether you nominate me or not, nominate somebody, because it's really the fans and everybody out there that makes this event possible. So I definitely suggest everybody go to my Instagram, that's at Chyna Vonne Music, hit the link in the bio, vote for me and some of your favorite artists in the Carolinas.
Now, has Instagram and, different parts of social media played a key role in building your base?
Absolutely. We're in the age of social media. Everything is run by social media and the internet. So Facebook, Instagram, I don't really use Twitter much, but that's definitely a player. All of these avenues are definitely has helped my career, has helped spread me. I've gotten a lot of shows, from people that I probably would have never talked to if I wasn't on social media. So I definitely think that it plays a huge role, especially today, in anybody that's trying to get on in the industry. You have to have some type of social media presence.
Yeah, it's just about moving with the times.
Right.
Because if your social media game is like real strong, it's like you could network with people all the way in Australia. You never know where you can find your core bases at.
Right.
And next thing you know, you start getting the base out there in Croatia somewhere. You like, what the fuck? I never even been out there, and they buying my music.
Yeah, social media is definitely crucial.
Yes, indeed. I mean, and the good part about how you doing is that I like how you keeping it straight up music. Like you take all the fly pictures, and you also mostly with the music. You ain't with the bread and circuses like a lot of people have to do. So that's very impressive.
Right.
You're building a good following with that.
Definitely.
Like you ain't had to go out there and staple your eyebrow. You know what I mean? You just doing it by music.
Right.
But going on, like, I want to give the audience a chance for you to talk about your journey. Where did your musical journey start?
Well, both of my parents are from two different areas. My mom's Puerto Rican, my dad's from Barbados. So culturally, okay, I grew up around a lot of different kind of music. So I always had a love for music. I got into poetry during my early teenage years, and I had no interest on being a rapper or anything like that. I actually grew up on mostly R&B music as far as what I liked. And I always wanted to be a singer, but I didn't feel like I had strong enough vocals. But what really got me into rapping was a radio station were offering winning tickets, or the winner would get tickets to a Lil Wayne concert. And Lil Wayne is like my favorite rapper of all time. So I wanted to win, so I did what I had to do, and I ended up winning the challenge. It was like you had to spit a 16, and there was like rules and regulations. You couldn't cuss, you had to mention the radio station, all of these things. And when they played my voice as the winner, like, it just opened a whole new world for me, and I started just working on my craft. I didn't take it seriously until, a couple years ago, but throughout the years, I would work on my craft and try to figure out how I wanted to rap, who I wanted to be, all of those different things. So it's been a journey, and I've definitely come into myself the past, I'm about to say 2-3 years. I've definitely come into who Chyna Vonne is supposed to be.
So how did you come up with the name Chyna Vonne? See, I love asking where artists get their stage names.
Okay, real quick and simple. They come from both of my grandmothers. Growing up, my grandmother used to call me Chyna, which is like a little China doll in Spanish. So from Chyna, I just made it China because, I know people will slaughter anything that doesn't sound normal. So I took that and I made it China. And then my middle name is actually Vonne, which comes from my dad's side. My grandmother on my dad's side, her middle name is Yvonne, and they gave me the middle name Vonne. So that's where you get China and Vonne. Real simple.
Sweet deal. Now, hold on one second. I think I got my co-host. I think I got my man T-Max on the line. No, I don't think that's T-Max. I think it's somebody else. I think I got a 704 caller.
Okay.
Hoping somebody with a donation.
Yeah.
Okay.
704, you on?
Davis, what's going on? What's up, China?
What's
up?
Nice. Hey, I'm trying to see when your next project drops.
My next project?
Yeah.
My next project is dropping. Well, my next single is dropping on 4/20. My next full project, I don't have a set date yet. I'm working on some stuff, but I'm actually dropping a new song on 4/20. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, where you calling from?
I'm calling from North Carolina.
Represent, man. Like, which part of North Carolina? Fayetteville?
Nah, Southern Pine.
It's all good, man. North Carolina in the building.
Believe it. Good luck to you, China.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got people. See, China already got fans calling up already. You better send a donation. You ain't getting off the hook like that. But nevertheless, going back to what we was talking about. We was talking about your background. We was talking about how you got your name. Now, what does how you come up with the concept of Red Lip Gang? Because now you got a mixtape series based off that. Like, who consists of that?
Red Lip Gang is something I started a while ago, but I really just kind of made it my forefront. Red Lip Gang is open to anybody. It's not an exclusive gang. It's not only certain people can sit at the table. Red Lip Gang is for any woman out there that is bold, sexy, beautiful, and all of the things that make a woman that's not afraid to step out in some red lipstick. Because red lipstick, to me, is a bold color that a lot of people are afraid to wear, a lot of people that won't wear, and the women that do wear are usually in-your-face type people, people that aren't afraid, people that are bold, people that are ready to step out, whether it's on the town, whether you're going to work, it doesn't matter. You put on those red lips and you feel empowered. So I started that. It's pretty much a little movement, and, I always, anytime friends or people that know me wear red lipstick, they'll hashtag Red Lip Gang. But I turned it into my mixtape series because I wanted to stay consistent with a name, and I wanted something that really symbolized who I was. And anytime you see me on the music scene, I have on red lipstick. It's my signature. It's on my logo. It's everywhere. So Red Lip Gang is definitely Chyna Vonne. You see Red Lip Gang, you know it's Chyna Vonne.
Now, for people that's just checking into your music, because, a lot of our audience is like 18 to 22. Like, when people first see your name, or like on the headline, or when they see your mixtape on that Piff or whatever you want to put on the streaming site, like, what can people expect?
I'm not sure what people expect. I know when people see me in person, like if I'm getting ready to perform at a show, most of the time people think I'm a singer or, some bubblegum rapper. A lot of people don't expect me to really rap. And it's usually like a kind of like a shocker. I think people are usually set back like, oh shit, we did not know she was about to get up there and rap. So I just think that people, there's a stigma of females, and it's kind of a trend, and what's popping, and like I said, when people see me, they might expect, oh, she's a pretty girl, she probably does some bubblegum stuff, and that's really never the case.
Yeah, cause I'm gonna be real, cause you know I had that same. I'm a mistake with judging a book by its cover. I mean, I was thinking she probably gonna hit us with some of them love and hip hop type raps. You know what I'm saying? Or hit us with one of them Jocelyn Hernandez type rap, whatever her name is. But as soon as I seen some of your videos, I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? It took me off for a loop.
Right.
So I think the element of surprise is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Cause you really threw people out, even with the Red Lip Gang Volume 2. Cause I listened to that, which made me want to reach out to you for the show. And you opened that joint up with the Michael Myers. I was like, oh my god.
Right.
And you know you got those bars when you can make me move out of my seat. I'm just saying that in a complimentary way.
Thank
I'm a hard
you. I
nigga.
appreciate it.
And for a female to do that, because you know sometimes we got to come up to that stage where some way somebody rap, it could just make your face turn different shapes and sizes. And your music was doing it. I was like, okay, I got to get her. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Right. Well, I appreciate it. I definitely do.
Yes, indeed. And you know, you mentioned that about the North Carolina rap scene. Like, what are your thoughts on the rap scene? And did J. Cole open up doors for y'all in the Ville?
Well, as much as I don't no disrespect to the Ville, but I'm here and I represent the Ville, but I'm not from the Ville. I came here a few years back. So I honestly don't know what it was like prior and what it was like after he left. I don't know that as the veteran.
Yeah.
However, I do know that there's a lot of hate around J. Cole as far as the Ville is concerned. A lot of people hate on him. A lot of people don't feel like he's opened doors. A lot of people feel like he doesn't love his city and all this stuff. But I just think people are looking for handouts and don't want to do the work that he did. At the end of the day, he left anyway, so maybe it's going to take for them to leave. I don't know. I know that I'm on my own path, and I really don't care about nobody else's path. Shout out to everybody that's doing it. I feel like North Carolina has so much talent, and there's a lot of talent in North Carolina. I just think the right eyes need to be pointed in this direction for things to start moving and shaking, and I feel like that's about to happen.
Yeah, and you know what? I also did a video the other day mentioning you, Mosa Flux, Sophie Wisdom, Madison J, and a lot of people within that class that, you know, are pushing that line and, you know, making music matter. Like,
right.
We gone from the days of Petey Pablo, North Carolina, come and take your shirt off. Like, we came a long way from that. And I like seeing that involvement that you guys are pushing forward. Like, y'all showing that North Carolina got something to say.
Right.
Because we really came a long way.
Okay.
And going, like we talked about artists, we're going shifting back to where we was talking about you with your first project, which was the unexpected. Like, what was going through your mind in recording through this? Like, what was that creative lane that you wanted to take into?
My very first mixtape, I kind of was in a place of trying to figure out who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. And after I finished that mixtape, like I said, it was my very first project, I realized that I didn't want to be put in a box. I didn't want to feel like, oh, you can only make this kind of music, or you can make this kind of music, or you have to be poppy or bubbly, or you have to be pure street. And I just wanted to make music. And ever since I put out that mixtape, after that mixtape, I stopped doing music for like 3 years. I was pregnant, had my first, had my son, and I just was taking time for myself. And then I got back into it and decided that I don't really care what's on the radio. I don't care what people will listen to. I just want to make music. I want to make music that moves me and that has some type of substance to it. And I just wanted to be able to express myself and say whatever the hell it is that I wanted to say. Like, I didn't want to feel like I had to censor myself or be a certain way. I didn't want to be a Lil' Kim or a Nicki Minaj or Queen Latifah or Rod Digger. I didn't want to have to pick who I wanted to be. I just wanted to be me. I'm a woman, an everyday woman, a person that works, that has a kid, and that has fun, that, you know, goes through problems and everything, and I wanted to highlight all of that in my music.
Now, when you was first starting that, did you kind of, like, have to go through that creative issues, like finding yourself and, like, should I just lean to the left and should I just lean far to the right?
Of course. When I first came out, I thought I had to be like a Nicki Minaj or Kim, and I thought sex had to sell, and I had to put, you know, my image first. Now, you know, my image is still at the forefront, but my music is first. My music is what matters. People will see me, and yeah, you can see me all day, every day, but at the end of the day, when I open my mouth and when I rap and when I play music, that's what's starting to draw people in, and that's really what the goal was. Because at the end of the day, you can be pretty, but if your music doesn't move anybody, what's the point?
Right. And for what I'm observing with your mixtape, The Unexpected, it eventually caught the ears of certain publications like Double XL. And did you end up like landing like a spot in there in that magazine?
Yeah. What happened was management company actually reached out to me after I dropped that mixtape, and they pretty much just kind of took me and was like, we want to market you, we want to do this, we want to do that, and they started pushing my music. I don't ask me how they got me in Double XL because they're the ones who were responsible for that. And yeah, they made a couple things happen, but over time, like I fell off because I got pregnant and decided to stop music, so I had to put everything on hold. But for a while, I was actually really like getting ready to start making moves.
That's what it do. I mean, just getting back to your placing hold and, you know, not letting none of these obstacles detour your grind, that's very commendable. And then you dropped that single, which was Run Forest, which was dope.
Yes. That's
one of the hardest songs you
right
did. So was that like a homage to, like, what's the concept of Run Forest? Like, how did you come up with that?
There's no concept. There's nothing. I found that beat, just beat browsing.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, this is different. This reminds me like some old school. And I was like, okay, I'm going to put that one in the vault. So I had that beat for a while. And every time I heard it, I felt like a B-girl, like I was getting ready to go in and like, kind of like if you've ever seen, what is that show called? The Get Down, how they kind of introduced hip-hop and the MC, and like that's how the beat made me feel, like I was the MC getting ready to come on. So when I was listening, I listened to it, and then like the first thing that came to my mind, it was like, I'm jumping on stage, got the big dookie chain on, and I'm like, who that chick with the dopest style? And that was all that was written in my phone on my notes. That's it. That line, there was nothing else, and it sat there for like 2 weeks. And then I was like, okay, where am I going to take this? And then I just started writing. And for some reason, the Juvenile song, that you better run for it, that was in my head. And I was just like, run for it. Okay. Like, this song really just kind of fell into my hands because I had no plan. I had no structure. It just kind of all came together in a matter of a few weeks, and I ended up loving the song.
That's what it do. Now, I think I got my man, my co-host, T-Max, with the facts. He's finally on. Let me see if I can bring him on right here. You on, brother?
What up? It's T-Max and VA. Ms. Vonne, what it do? You know I'm the one that sent you that Double XL, you know I'm the one that sent you that Double XL article in your inbox a few years back, too.
Really?
Yeah.
We go back some years, Ms. Vonne. That's why. That's
yeah, man.
Take.
Okay.
Yeah, man. She's on my Facebook friends list, man. And I've admired this girl's grind, her hustle, her determination. her tenacity, and I think most above all, her candor, because, definitely, for being an artist on an independent scale is not an easy endeavor. And, you've been very vocal at times about speaking about the challenges that you face, just trying to, just do what you do, And the fact is, you have that trifecta of talent, beauty, and hustle. And it's rare to find, a FemC with all three wrapped up so immaculately. And to see how you've persevered throughout the years is, one can't do nothing but respect your hustle and your movement.
Thank you.
So yeah, man, but definitely. So in terms of what you've done so far, what do we see for 2019 coming from one of North Carolina's nicest?
Really, right now, I've kind of switched gears, and I'm working on things myself more quietly and in the background. But in the meantime, I am going to be tackling a lot of features. It's going to be to a point where people are going to just keep saying, "Who is that girl on these people's songs?" I love the amount of the talent and energy in North Carolina. And there's a lot of dope artists, and a lot of them have reached out to me to work with them. And at this point, I'm really taking that and really just kind of putting my stamps in a lot of different areas. One, it's beneficial to me to just keep spreading my name. And at the end of the day, I do feel like we do need to come together and start really building North Carolina, because we're there, but we're not quite there. Like, eyes are starting to look at this at the state, because certain people are, popping up out of here. But I feel like if we start coming together and really showing that we're a force, we can make more of a difference in really getting people signed and pulled out of North Carolina, because there's, like I said, I reiterate, there is a lot of talent here.
Yeah. You all distinguish your hip-hop pedigree in such a tremendous fashion, of course, with, Little Brother. There was an artist, Rain, from years ago. I know that's bringing back some nostalgia right there.
Yes.
Yeah, because he was actually in a XXL Show and Prove section. Of course, some guy with an afro, I think you heard of him by the name of J. Cole. So what you all have down there in terms of established talent is already there. But like you said, it's just about trying to take it to the next level. What do you see pretty much in terms of where it is right now in reference to what it's going to take to really, how do you feel the movement needs to be facilitated in terms of being able to really bring it forward for everyone and, to really take it to the next level?
I just think that we need to start expanding and start doing things outside the box. I go to a lot of shows and I do a lot of events in Raleigh and Durham and Charlotte, and I always see the same people. It's always this, and there's nothing wrong with everybody doing these things, but when it's always the same people, that means that there are no new fans. There are no new people that we're bringing in. And I think that we need to expand and get out of these little groups and circles and cliques and really just spread out and spread the love. Bring people to other cities. Bring people to other areas. And really just the promoters and the DJs, everybody's so divided. Everybody, even the artists, everybody wants to be that one. Everybody wants to be on top. But when everybody's doing that, it's like crabs in a bucket. Everybody's just jumping all over each other, and nobody is going to get out. We're all going to end up trapped in a pot, cooked until there's nothing left. And I feel like we all need to, again, come together, start putting events together, start bringing people here, start bringing A&Rs down to the city, start doing these things and really doing stuff for the artists rather than being selfish. There's a lot of there's just a lot that goes on that I've learned over the past few years watching and seeing things behind the scenes and getting to know people. And there's a lot of people that are trying, that are putting a lot into it, that are looking out for the artists, and then there's a lot of people that aren't. There's a lot of people that are scamming, that are just trying to take over and, and get over on people. And I feel like once we come together and once we start understanding what we have, because it's like in Atlanta, they understand what they have. They know what they have down there and they utilize it. There is an event literally Monday through Sunday, literally in Atlanta. You go there, you can find something to do all the time. And we're a smaller area, well, my city is small, but North Carolina is a pretty big state. So there can be more. We just need to come together and stop being greedy at the end of the day. And stop blaming everybody else and waiting for the next person to open doors. We need to open our own doors, period.
And that's
like a lot of people got mad. It's like a lot of people got mad when the baby, when he started blowing up and everything, and people were, especially around here, they was like, man, that ain't real hip-hop, that's bullshit. But yet, you got a lot of people that putting out real hip-hop out here, but they don't really get the support.
That's true. But we also, a lot of people don't put in the right work either. A lot of people, you think that you got, I got a lot of songs, I'm popping, or I can get on stage, I'm popping. And there's a lot of different avenues to really what makes you pop. Like I was talking about earlier with social media and being present online, having videos, having visuals, all of those things matter. Having your stuff registered. A lot of people don't even know the science and the ins and outs of being in the industry, and I think that also hinders a lot of people because you might have a great song, but if you don't market it or if the beat's not yours or if you don't have ASCAP or BMI or things of that nature, it's really a waste of time.
Chyna, and you really spoke on some realness in terms of what you were going back earlier to what you said about the showcases and everything, because that is something that may ruffle a lot of people the wrong way, but what you said is absolute 1,000% truth in terms of, it's like me being out here. We have people who do showcases, but it's really the same acts that are doing it. And, and I'm never one, to throw shade on anybody's dream, but there are two elements, twofold, that are in it. One is that, like you said, number one, you're not bringing in new fans, and then number two, you really may not be that hot to begin with. But there's an ego there in general where a lot of people want to believe they are more than what they are. And when you have a market where, it's different from Atlanta, like you said, where there's already a built-in base, and even where you have Oakland, where there is just, both of those places have got a defined music history where it is deep in terms of how long it's been going on. So everybody has had time to really start something, hone their craft, and then bring people up behind it. Right. And it's difficult, like you said, in other places, because you got that one person who maybe from that particular area it hasn't really popped, so they're trying to be that signature artist. But the thing is, it should be about teamwork so everybody can have that victory, not just one person having a win. It should be a team effort.
I think it's an issue where people got to put their egos aside and just, if you see one person that's really doing it and they're talented, I think it's a situation where you have to put the ego and pride aside and root for that man or that woman to open up that door, because he get through, then everybody can eat.
Right.
Now, if he has a messed up attitude, it's a totally different thing. I'm like, it's going to be hard for you to get that support system, but that's what goes in hand with humility. Like, if you don't have no humility, or, people can't really embrace you, then they're not going to really want to work with you. Because one thing I learned, too, is that it's a relationship business as well. And a lot of niggas I know out here are talented, but their attitude is just bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. We got them out here, too, be acting like they stars, and they haven't even. Look, y'all seen this. You come to the club like, don't you know who I am? I'll be like, yeah, you local, and you ain't major. I just got to call it like I see it, man.
That's true. It is. That's definitely what it is.
Yeah, and people, one of the most overlooked things they do is they overlook what the underground does. Like, so you got to do shows like this. You got to do shows, college radio. Like, you can't just jump up and be on the Breakfast Club. You got to build from the bottom to the top.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Some people have it rare where they can make it just based off of doing a hit song off YouTube, and next thing you know, they're on TV with Steve Harvey or whatever. But they ain't a snowball chance in hell that's happening.
Definitely. And also, too, like King was saying, it's something where there has to be an organic buzz, because one thing about it is you can't manufacture dope and you can't rush greatness. Both have to be finely tuned and, marinated for success. And when you have people that are simply feeling like they're entitled, well, the thing is, what have you done to pay your dues to show, number one, that you're dope? Everybody wants to talk about how they the talk of the town, but they barely register a whisper in everybody's listening conscience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you and then sometimes that whisper is just nothing but deafening silence because nobody's hearing them. But you have to crawl before you can walk, and I think any artist from any area, when I watch, guys like Mozzie, I watched Sung on E40. I watched how those guys, from the Bay, how they grinded from the top. They grinded from the bottom to get to the top. But most importantly, they had dope-ass shit that everybody was getting with. E40, it took him a while for everybody to really fall, with him, but because his shit was so, listen to E40 shit from almost 30 years ago, it amazes me how ahead of his time him and the Clique were. I mean, right. they were literally 20 years ahead of everybody else when they started. And look where he is now. Almost 30
right.
years later, still independent. When you look at Jeezy, Jeezy, it took him a while to get his grind on. But the thing is, Jeezy, on the other hand, Jeezy also had the other element of he had real money behind him, where he was in a blessed position. He didn't need a label's money to support him, which is what a lot of these artists coming in are trying to get. And this is the one thing, and, the late, great Prince said it. He would tell a lot of artists, don't sign the labels. The same way me and King, talk off the air about it. Don't wait for a label to put you on. And like you said, Chyna, you got to put yourself on.
Exactly.
And I want to ask you this too, Chyna. I want to ask you this too. Now, everybody, we know this is a shark-ridden business.
Mm-hmm.
It's full of sharks. It's shiesty as fuck. I'll go ahead and say it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what keeps you motivated to keep on wanting to do this? Because everybody has somewhat of a, time where they just want to say, fuck this. I'd rather just go ahead and be a regular Joe.
I feel like I've said
what
fuck
keeps you motivated?
Like maybe 3 times this year. But what keeps me going, like, even when I do say fuck it, or when I feel like I don't want to deal with it anymore, I love it too much. I literally love it just too much. Like, my son and having a kid motivates me to grind and hustle, but I got 2 degrees and I'm very smart and I have other talents, so I can do that in any way, shape, or form. However, music is my passion. I have loved music, since I could remember, and when I decided to start making music, I fell in love with the craft. So even when I want to stop, it's like it's still calling me. Somehow it's still calling me back. So I don't think I'll ever stop. I might not go as hard, or I might, let it just be something in the background, but I'll never stop. I'll never stop making music.
You never know, because it's like I was talking to Major earlier. A movie company might pick up one of them songs, use it for a soundtrack. We trying to get that Disney Pixel money, you know what I mean?
Right.
Imagine your music being played on the new Aladdin movie. You mean to tell me? I'm like, yo, That's cake.
And Chyna, and definitely even when your story is not uncommon in terms of how even major artists struggle at times to really get the attention in terms of being dope. Look at J-Rock, and J-Rock is one of the hardest out there and one of the dopest. And after his third album, he gets a Grammy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it can happen at any point. You know what I'm saying? And I always feel like this: if the talent is there, it's gonna shine, and it's gonna be the light of which everybody can see. The radiant glow of what you got. With your gifts. But it is something that, like King said, it is a lot that goes on in the industry. We all know the stories of artists and things that have happened where the business was not always correct. But the thing about it is, number one, the culture and the love of it. And as long as you have a genuine passion and love for the culture, that is enough.
Absolutely.
So it's always about pressing on and keeping on.
Y'all still on or y'all back?
Yeah, we here.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had to make sure I ain't get cut off, man. Spectrum been tripping on a brother today. That was after I cussed him out earlier.
Oh, Lord. Now, we got a few minutes left, but I do kind of want to ask you about some of the situations we've seen in hip-hop in terms of the buffoonery, fuckology, and the science of stupidity. When are artists going to understand that this is a job and that you have to actually conduct yourself as a professional? And why is it just seems like some artists just don't understand that?
Because they're allowed to get away with it. That's why. I've been having this conversation for like the past couple weeks about labels signing liabilities.
Ooh, I like that. Labels signing liabilities. Yes.
They're all liabilities. They're all people. There's nothing wrong with coming from the streets. That comes from the streets, but they're all reckless. They're wild. They don't care. They're on any whatever drug. They run around with illegal guns and all of these things, and the label still picks them up because at the end of the day, that's not we as in you and I, but that's what the public wants. They want that buffoonery, so these labels are like, well, this is what's going to make us money, so let's sign them. So if I'm walking around doing whatever I want, being rowdy, and the label comes, hey, I'm going to give you $1 million to keep doing what you do, then I'm going to keep doing that. I'm not going to have respect. I'm going to say what I want. I'm going to fight and get arrested and do dumb shit because that's what they want me to do.
And
I
you
feel
got
like
guys
that's what they're doing in the industry right now. They're really just signing liabilities because that's what people want.
And they got a guy like YNW Melly who kept it a bit too real, and they got him for a murder. And then look, now they supposedly got him. I think if I got it right, I think they have him. They may have evidence of him murdering a police officer. So I think he's got like 2 or 3 homicides. I think they got 2 or 3 homicides, open cases they're investigating him on.
As Dave Chappelle would say, when keeping it real goes wrong. Very wrong. But that's what it just goes to what people want to see. Like, even you see a lot of the dope artists, they are actually partaking in this crap too because that's the only way that they can pretty much get their music heard now. You know, the whole love and hip hop and housewives culture. That's kind of the wave now. So when you start seeing guys that are normally talented, they all of a sudden they start taking love and hip hop jobs. You thinking, oh man, that nigga, he doing kind of bad on the sales. He must have did like $10K the first week. So let him get it how he can. Next thing you know, you start talking like Joe Budden. I'm gonna put your fucking face in the sand. You know, stuff like that. I'll put your face in the sand. Y'all niggas don't want none of me. I'm like, gotta do what you gotta do to get sales, I guess, these days. I mean, everything's a gimmick. Everything is gimmick heavy. But eventually all that crap is gonna run out anyway because everybody, I feel that they had the attention mind of a goldfish. especially the masses that buy into this crap.
Yeah,
because we're not
goes
challenged to use our brains anymore. Things at our fingertips. We don't have to think about anything. We don't have to use our memory. We don't have to use common sense. We don't have to use any of that anymore. So people's brains, literally, I feel like they are shrinking. Like, sometimes I literally just read stuff because I feel like I'm getting dumb. The more I listen to certain music, I just feel like I'm getting dumber and dumber by the moment.
Oh yeah, and some of the stats that these people be posting too, you be like, Lord.
Reading wasn't fundamental for some of these people, was it?
That either, yeah. And people don't read. People don't, even if you could post something and write a whole caption and somebody will still come on there and say something you didn't say or make it out to be something or say exactly what you said but didn't realize you said it because they don't read. They see a picture and they quickly react to the picture.
I think nobody understands the term context anymore.
Right.
Yeah, people are trained to be one-track minded. They don't understand layers behind the portrait or layers behind the quote. They just want to go by what they see. That's why we got to debunk all these bullshit memes that these niggas be posting every time. Me and T-Max be on it every time.
Yes. We call it the Hotep Hooey.
No, nigga, Michael Jordan did not buy a prison system. Let's cut that out.
Yeah, it's like the Michael Jordan who's a senator in Oregon, not the basketball player, but it's a dangerous thing when we look at the state of hip-hop right now because we're seeing fuckery being sold as reality and lies being marketed as truth, and both are falsehoods that are leading us backwards instead of forwards. It's like a receding hairline of lies,
right.
and it's something that one thing about it is to have an audience. The one thing is a lot of times the music I've seen now is being predicated on the intellectual level of the audience that is targeted at. And people might want to burn me at the stake for saying it, but the fact is a lot of the music, like you said, is not intellectually stimulating. It is not deep thinking. It is not thought-provoking. It is not something that really makes you ponder the nuances of the knowledge. Everything is like turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up. And I'm like, God damn. I'm like, is everything a party for y'all motherfuckers every day? I'm like, don't y'all motherfuckers got jobs to go to?
But for this generation, yeah, everything is a party. That's what life is about. You got to understand
YOLO.
The people that are listening to that music are a lot younger. They're teenagers. They're in their early 20s, so life is a party.
And then you got some artists who shall remain nameless who were washed out 10 years ago and still trying to carry it like they were the shit 10 years ago, like they trying to act like they the shit now. And I'm like, no, nigga, your shit already done passed.
Right.
That too. And wearing that same ass headband that they've been wearing.
Like your time passed when Obama was senator, my nigga.
Right.
Bush, but we had the levees break with Katrina when you was hot, nigga. Don't get it twisted.
Look, nigga think he the wave and he barely swimming in the wading pool.
Like those, like I think it's a part of that midlife crisis though. A lot of these guys go through, like they can't even handle when they ain't hot no more.
No, I mean it I guess it's that competition where they feel like they were on top and who is this person trying to take my spot, and it's like you never even really had a spot, but okay.
Which leads me to this question
but
here. I gotta ask that. This is because this is an exclusive question right here. It says technically we're live off, but fuck it, we do what we do here. This is Off the Cuff Radio. What do you think of this Nicki and Cardi B situation? With you being a female rapper, how you analyze that?
I think it's stupid, but I think it's something that we can't avoid. The history of the beef with women in the industry, it goes far, and I feel like a part of it is we get pinned up against each other, even when we don't want to be, or even when we don't try to be. You got to understand, Cardi B comes out, and some random person will go, "Oh, it's the new Nicki Minaj." Why?
Yeah.
Why does that even need to be a statement? Why does that even need to be a topic? No, she's the Cardi B. She's who she is, but they automatically jump to, oh, no, there can only be one female at the top. There can only be one female rapper at a time, which I think is stupid because there is not just one type of female on this earth. I do not relate to Cardi B whatsoever. She's not relatable to me because that's not who I am. But she's relatable to a lot of other people. But she's not relatable to me, so she doesn't speak for me. So why can there only be one person? When, again, all women are not the same. But in this day and age, there are a lot of Cardi Bs in the world. Now, the women have become kind of the men, in a sense. Like, there's a lot of role reversals going on within the industry and in general. Women are becoming a lot more independent and saying, fuck niggas, I don't need a man for this. When you got to think, maybe 10 years ago, women were crying in songs over men. Women weren't afraid to apologize. Women were chasing after men. Now it's, fuck that nigga. I'm out. I get it. I'm a bad bitch. I can do it on my own, blah, blah, blah.
They ghosted on niggas right now, yo.
That role reversal, but I feel like the beef between them, it's two different women, two different lives, two different stories, two different styles of rap. They're both cosmetically similar. You know what I'm saying? They're both portraying the same similar images, but they're two different women, and I feel like, again, it was society and the industry that has pinned them against each other. And once that happens, I mean, I know if I'm pinned against somebody or somebody comes at me, I'm gonna address it. It's natural. I have to address it. So I think it's sparked from somebody. It's starting as small as somebody saying, "Oh, it's new Nicki Minaj, or Nicki Minaj better watch out. Somebody's coming for her," and that just built over time. And now she got to hold her spot, and the other one is, "Oh, I'm coming for your spot," and I just think that needs to stop because, again, why can there be 100,000 male rappers and one female rapper? That makes no sense to me.
And it's a dangerous
precedent. I could look at it too as in, I believe those two never really had a problem with one another until recently.
Exactly.
Like, a lot of them just really just wanted to push it aside and focus on music. But then you start having people within the game, like, you know, radio personnels. They purposely try to create a wedge. Like, they'll dig too deep into lyrics. Like, oh, is she taking shots at Cardi on this song?
Exactly.
In reality, she could be just figuratively speaking. Because everybody figuratively speaks in rap.
I do it all the time. Like, in a lot of my songs, I'm better than this person, or I rap, or this, that, and the third. But I support and love a whole lot of different female rappers that are around me. I have nothing against any other female unless she comes for me. I'm not going to come for her. But it's just natural. It's natural to talk that way because at the end of the day, you're supposed to think you're the best. If you don't think you're the best, you don't need to be trying to be in this industry, number one. So you're supposed to think you're the best, but that does not mean that the next person doesn't have a shot or the next person is any less than you. No, it's just your opinion of yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I mean, again, I take shots. Sometimes they're direct at certain people when they come for me, but sometimes they're just in general. I'm just speaking because this is how I feel about me as an artist. It has nothing to do with you, but somebody is going to take that and say, oh, and it's happened to me even at the level that I'm at on the indie level. It's happened to me where there's things in my songs and people are like, oh, she must have been talking about such and such. And I'm like, I don't even have a problem with such and such. We just went to the club the other day. What are you talking about? So I think that, again, it's just, I don't know when that stigma is going to stop, but I do feel like aside from Nicki and Cardi's beef, women have been stepping it up in the industry. There's a lot more women making waves. I know there's still only one at the top, but there's a lot of them coming up.
Yeah, when you look at the wave in terms of a lot of women, we've seen Kamaya out in the Bay. Shout out to Oakland's own Kamaya, who's been fucking it up for the past couple years. Of course, Rhapsody, who's been killing it for years. When we look at the Cardi-Nicki situation, this was not an issue about two women. This was an issue about one whose recent albums were not that good. And on Off the Cuff, we don't shade anybody. We just speak the truth in terms of what's out there. And Nicki's last couple of albums were not well received. And Cardi came in at a level where she just blitzed the shit. She sacked the game and nobody expected it. And Cardi has a rare, and I fuck with Cardi. Cardi has a rare sense of humility, conceit, but not total arrogance. But she's confident in her shit. I'll take away conceit and arrogance, but she's confident in her shit. She's funny as fuck, and she's just real. She owns who she is. She's like, yeah, nigga, I was a stripper, and what? But it's like, for where she was 4 years ago, and to see where she is now. I mean, you can't help but respect, her hustle. I mean, that bitch worked. She worked, and she got it.
It's about humility. Humility can get your foot in the door faster than talent sometimes. Because this is, like I mentioned earlier, it's a relationship-based business. And anybody that does radio, they're probably like, oh, if you have a choice between Nicki Minaj or Cardi B, who would you want to rather have on the show? Bet you 9 times out of 10 they're going to choose Cardi based off attitude alone.
And I've heard some stories.
And I've heard stories
that Nicki is not the most. Yeah, I'm just saying. I've heard stories that Nicki isn't the most. She's not the nicest people person at times.
I mean, I understand that. Everybody in the industry go through their days, but damn, I'm like, you expect the people to buy your product. You got to cater. You got to come to the people and make them embrace you. And that's why we have Chyna Vonne on the show tonight.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Showcase nothing but humility. And, as we about to go off the air, because I got to take care of some things, do you care to bless us with a freestyle? Or do we have to pay for the freestyle? So, we heard the game ain't to be sold, not to be told.
Y'all got to pay me to freestyle.
All right, I'm going to hit you on the Cash App afterwards.
I'll spit something. It's not a freestyle. I'm actually not much of a freestyler unless I'm just messing around. I write. I'm really big on writing. Like I said, I started this based on poetry, so
it is okay. It is okay. It is okay.
My pen game is real strong, and I'll outright any freestyler. But let's see. I got a lot of stuff out. But I'll just hit y'all with a little bit of Run Forest, too, because everybody loves Run Forest. And I released Run Forest, too, as the follow-up to Run Forest that a lot of people are.
You got a sequel.
Oh, yeah, I performed it a few times. It's the same kind of old school feel, same kind of energy. But, gotta get in my zone.
Take your time.
She's indeed. She's
focused
now.
Of course. Yep. P is for pussy and the power given. I get anything I want and never put a bid in. I refuse to take an L, so I'll get used to winning. Taking all these niggas' heads, I'll feed them to the women. I'm a queen. I got guillotine. They don't like me, but I got them addicted like nicotine. They could try me, but I'ma leave them stretched out like limousines. No, you see me now, ain't no question about it. Now they astounded, I'm one of bigger things. I got bigger dreams, shooting for the stars like a rocket in my pocket while they shooting for them cars. That's that basic shit. Everything I do, it got a cause and effect, bitch.
Coming at you live and direct with the checklist. Check this, I ain't come to play, this ain't Tetris. Getting on demand like it's Netflix. They be on the net posting flicks straight stunting. I've been on the road because I keep it 100. They be live.
Yay, yay, yes.
I might have to send some more on the Cash App. God, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. If y'all ain't, where can they follow your music at? Like, where can they follow you to get in contact with you? Because I'm gonna ride your coattails to the top.
I am everywhere. You can literally Google Chyna Vonne. You will find everything. You will find all my links, pages, social media, website, ChynaVonneMusic.com. I am on Instagram, Chyna Vonne Music, YouTube, Chyna Vonne, Twitter, Chyna Vonne, Facebook, Chyna Vonne. There's only one Chyna Vonne. If there's another one, I need to assassinate her immediately. So
there we go. We're going to point her out.
Beat that bitch with a bat.
I surely will, because there's only one Chyna Vonne. There will never be another. But my music is everywhere. Like I said, you can follow me. I got mixtapes on DatPiff. I got music on Apple Music and Tidal, everywhere. It's on every digital platform that it could possibly be on. Link with me, my Gmail, if you want to get in direct contact with me, is ChynaVonneMusic@gmail.com. It's real simple. If you want to book me for shows, if you want to ask for a feature, I do charge, but hit me up anyway because the price ain't that much. I do features again. If you want me to do an interview, anything, just email me, ChynaVonneMusic@gmail.com.
Already.
Yeah.
Already. That's what it do right there. We want to thank you for joining us. You're definitely welcome back anytime, whenever you have a project to promote, or you just want to just chop it up with the team, because we're going to have the full team on deck real soon. So, and you have that whole persona where you off the cuff as well, so you fit right in.
Thank you.
So, this is King Eric, a.k.a. Rick Capo, about to sign out of here. Want to send a big shout-out to everybody that tuned in. Big shout-out to Rap A Lot, my man Psycho, Mike Major, Buddy Boy Entertainment, Cocaine from the West Coast, Da Vinci Clothing, you better get it. Got a fashion show coming in May, so you better go ahead and get on with it. So, I'm signing up out of here. Shout out to the co-host. Shout out to my man T-Max with the facts.
Yeah, man.
L.R. the Sandman, Miss Chinchilla, Chyna Vonne about to knock out some more heads.
Already.
That's right. So, this is your boy, and I'm out of here. Catch y'all next Friday on The Rebound.
Yeah, and we out.
Later.